The next, let's talk about the vocabulary aspect of it. If you properly observe, I enjoy watching documentaries. 2, I thoroughly enjoy watching documentary. This word thoroughly is a modifier, it's an adverb. You watch, you thoroughly watch. When you watch and when you thoroughly watch, both of them give a different picture. So this is what modifiers, using some good modifiers, you can actually elevate your vocabulary score. I thoroughly enjoy watching documentaries as they provide information. What kind of information? Insightful information. That's adjective. Adjective, adverbs play a very important role in elevating your vocabulary skills. I also indulge in. Indulge is one of those words. I also get into or indulge. Indulge is that formal word. Indulge is you properly engage into something. Hey everybody, Nakul here from Skills IELTS. Really hope everybody is doing fantastic. I'm back with yet another super awesome power-packed video on the IELTS speaking hacks. Move your band score from band 6 to band 9 instantly. Well, in this video, we're going to learn a lot of things about the differences between band 6 IELTS speaking part 1 responses and the band 9 IELTS speaking part 1 responses. So before we get into the video, if you're not subscribed to this channel, kindly click on the subscribe button, and anytime you need online assistance, it's a paid assistance. You can check the information in the description of this video. We left a WhatsApp link. You can click on the link, send us a message. I'll be there, we will be there to help you guide in the right direction. Alright, without further delay, let's straight away get right into the video. So let's understand what separates the band 6 and the band 9 responses. So let's start with a simple part 1 question with respect to hobbies right here on my screen. The question is, what hobbies do you have? So this is a common question. So a typical band 6 IELTS part 1 answer would sound something like this, would look something like this. I like watching TV and playing games sometimes. It's fun and helps me relax after work. I would like to listen to music in my free time. So if you see, there is nothing much wrong with the response of this sort, but if you look into the evaluation aspect of it, there is fluency and coherence. Coherence is all about narration, the expansion of the ideas. There's not much of expansion over here. If you look into it, I like watching TV and playing games. It's fun, help me relax. I also listen to music. There's not much of expansion of the ideas anyway. The paraphrasing is not there. The next thing in the evaluation criteria is the pronunciation. Well, it all depends on what crisp clarity with you speak. If you give very good clarity, you will not have a problem in the pronunciation. So that being said, the third is lexical resource. I see basic words, not much of vocabulary expansion is given much preference in this response. And the last thing in the evaluation criteria is your grammar. I see all simple sentences used. It's fun and helps me relax. I also like to listen to music. I like watching TV. Not much of grammar being played around here. So as a result, your marks will definitely go down. Grammar is 6.5. Vocabulary is 6.5. Fluency depends on how you speak. Fluency could be 9 also. But still, if cohesion is 5.5 or 6 with something like this, your scores will again come down to 6 and not more than that. So how do we change it instantly? Very simple. The person who knows what hobbies he has, you just have to expand it with a proper template. I'm going to show you a band 9 response. Just have a look at it one by one. In my free time, I thoroughly enjoy watching documentaries. Why? As they provide insightful information on various subjects. So this is the first point where I wrote something and I gave justification as well. Expansion is done. Expansion is done with the word as they provide. We'll first finish off the coherence, cohesion, and then I'm going to evaluate this with respect to vocabulary. There are so many modifiers out there. And then with respect to grammar. The second line, I also indulge in playing video games, particularly those that stimulate critical thinking, such as strategy-based games. Here as well, I said something and I'm expanding it or giving a justification as to why I do that. Additionally, I find solace in listening to classical music, which helps me unwind after a long day. You don't have to speak about all 3 hobbies. One hobby you can take and just expand, or multiple hobbies you can take. But whatever you speak, you need to give some justification. So that is what coherence, cohesion here. If you properly look into it, after the end of the first sentence, you have the word I also indulge. Also, that's where your coherence, cohesion is improving, wherein you talk one thing, one hobby, and now you're going to another hobby. The next line that says that to stimulate, those that stimulate, particularly those that stimulate, is linking the previous line. I also indulge in playing video games, those games I play which stimulate the critical thinking or whatever. Such as is also linking the previous word critical thinking, such as strategy based. And then the word additionally is particularly linking to which other hobbies do I have. Which helps me unwind is also linking to the previous line. So this way coherence cohesion marks is going up. If you properly observe, these are all small changes from a band 6 response, but this will result in band 9. So that with respect to coherence. And fluency, yes, you need to be fluent. The next, let's talk about the vocabulary aspect of it. If you properly observe, I enjoy watching documentaries. 2, I thoroughly enjoy watching documentary. This word thoroughly is a modifier, it's an adverb. You watch, you thoroughly watch. When you watch and when you thoroughly watch, both of them give a different picture. So this is what modifiers, using some good modifiers, you can actually elevate your vocabulary score. I thoroughly enjoy watching documentaries as they provide information. What kind of information? Insightful information, that's adjective. Adjective, adverbs play a very important role in elevating your vocabulary skills. I also indulge in, indulge is one of those words. I also get into or indulge. Indulge is that formal word. Indulge is you properly engage into something, particularly those that stimulate critical thinking, such as strategy based games. Additionally, I find solace. That's one of the nicest words that you can use there. In listening to classical music, which helps me unwind, relax or unwind after a long day. So here is where the vocabulary playing a very important role. Most probably the vocabulary is really good, like I told you. Right modifiers being used, apt words like unwind, solace, going there with respect to what situation demands from you. The next is a grammar. Simple sentence, compound, complex. So if you properly see here, in my free time I thoroughly enjoy watching documentaries. As the very word as says, it's a complex sentence. Provide insightful information on various subjects. I also indulge in playing video games, particularly those that stimulate critical thinking, particularly those that stimulate, those that which, all of this talk about the complex sentences. Additionally, I find solace in listening to classical music, which helps me. The word which also talks about complex sentence. In this particular answer, I have not written the mixture of simple, compound, complex. It's not mandatory to have a mixture of simple, compound, complex in one particular answer, but the next answer, you need to speak those sentences which are missed in the previous sentence. So here simple and compound sentences are missed. I've only shown to the examiner that I can speak complex sentences. The next question when the examiner asks me, I would go with simple and compound sentences, a mixture of those. So this way I'll make sure before the part 1 ends, exhibit the mixture of simple, compound and complex sentences altogether. So this is, the below one is a band 9. Response above is band 6. Hope you are getting the difference between. Let's quickly also understand the difference in just some words. Band 6, simple vocabulary, basic sentence structure was used and very limited data, very limited detail. It was not expanded. The answers were not expanded. The next, if you see band 9, more sophisticated vocabulary, complex sentence structures have been used in a deeper, more detailed response. The band 9 response that I gave you is something what you should be doing, and this will not take a lot of effort to do it. It all boils down to the strategies with respect to the coherence and the fluency, pronunciation, lexical resource and the grammar. Work on these 4, speak something that fits into these 4 category. Automatically your marks will elevate. Automatically your marks will go up, something like this. So quickly move on to second question about traveling. Do you enjoy traveling? Very simple. I enjoy traveling. Last week I went there. After that, I'm just home. I'm not going anywhere because of traffic. Something like this, you speak band 6 or 6.5, not more than that. Yes, I like traveling. I've been to few places and I think it's really interesting to visit new countries. It's good to see different things. It's a very lame way of answering. What's your name? My name is Nakul. It's just as simple as that. When something so simple, why do you think you have to get 9? Well, you get 6 because you're not putting that extra effort. So band 9 would look something like this. Absolutely, I find traveling to be an immensely enriching experience. Not only does it provide an opportunity to explore diverse cultures and landscapes, but also it broadens my perspective on global issues. Each destination offers something unique, be it the food, history, or the local traditions, and I relish the chance to immerse myself in them. So this has some expression. The first one is just answer to the point. Second is where you're expressing your thoughts, and when you express your thoughts, you actually engage the listener, meaning the examiner. When you engage the examiner, is like examiner wants to know more about it. Automatically band 8.5 or 9 guaranteed. Hope you are getting it. So if you just observe the basic differences, first is basic expression band 6. Repetitive sentence patterns. You see that I've been to a few places. I think it's really interesting. It's good to, it's just a very simple repetitive patterns and lack of variety in vocabulary. And band 9, advanced vocabulary has been used. Enriching experience, diverse cultures, broadens my perspective on something. I relish the chance to immerse myself. All this talk about advanced formal vocabulary. Varied sentence structures. I find traveling to be an immensely enriching experience. Simple sentence. Not only, the moment you say not only, it's a dependent clause, so obviously it's a complex sentence. Each destination offers something unique, be it the food, history, or the local destination. First sentence. And compound sentence. I relish the chance. So it has simple, compound, and complex mixture of all these three. And it has got detailed explanation like I've written there. So these are the differences. So next time when you encounter a particular part 1 question, well, it may not be instantaneously possible, but over the period of time you have to plan, and next time when you are answering it, answer in a way that it automatically cars fluency, coherence, lexical resource, grammar, pronunciation. These things, if you're focusing automatically, the marks will go up. Remember this. Let's talk about the part 1 simple question about work. What do you do for living? I'm a doctor. I go to my clinic every day morning. I attend some patients and then I come home, talk to my kids and wife, and then sleep. No, that's not the way. If you really want that 8 bands or 8.5 or 9, this could be a band 6 response because you're not putting any effort here. Correct? Yes or no? It's very simple. Something like, I work as a teacher, I teach children in a school. It's good job because I like working with kids, but sometimes it's a bit tiring. No, you got to expand them. Isn't it? I work as a teacher, well, it's my dream to be a teacher, and accordingly, I finished my teacher course and ended up in a school that's as prestigious as an international school. Continue, express yourself. See, when you talk with your friend, you express. You don't just speak. Here as well, express, don't just speak. You add some more details to it so that whoever listens will become more interested, more curious to know about you, about what you say. It's not like examiner says, I know what you are speaking, just shut up. That should not happen. I work as a teacher, I teach children in a school. It's a good job because the examiner is like, I know what you're going to talk next, isn't it? So the band 9 answer looks something like this. I'm currently employed as a primary school teacher where I specialize in teaching children aged 5 to 10. The profession is deeply fulfilling as I have the opportunity to nurture young minds and contribute to their holistic development. However, say I talk something positive. Now, however, the first band 6 response also, it's a good job because I like working with kids. However, but sometimes it's a bit tiring. The same thing, how am I doing it now here? The profession is deeply fulfilling as I have the opportunity to nurture young minds and contribute to their holistic development, positive. However, it can be quite demanding at times, especially when managing large class sizes and addressing the individual needs of each student. I explained why it is a bit tiring. In the band 6, why it is a bit tiring is completely absent. Hope you're getting it. Fine detail. Whatever you say, expansion of it will actually lead to a better coherence cohesion score. It's the main difference. Very simple vocabulary in the band 6 and structure with minor details. Not much of it. Everyone knows what a teacher does and you're repeating the same thing. Band 9, more precise descriptions, complex sentences. I'm currently employed as a teacher. Where is the word that says is a complex sentence. Profession is deeply fulfilling as complex sentence. However, it can be quite demanding, especially when complex sentences. I've used 3 complex sentences, not mandatory. You can have a mixture of simple, compound, complex. More precise descriptions, complex sentence, balanced view with positive and negative. The above one, balanced view is there, but not expanding at all. When you talk about positive, when you talk about negative, you got to expand why it is positive, why it is negative, what is the reason behind it, and all those things. The next we're going to talk about the food. Very simple. Do you have a sweet tooth? What food do you normally like to eat? Do you cook food? These are the common questions. So similar common question is, what's your favorite food? My favorite food is this because I like eating it. Since my childhood I've been eating it. No, band 6. I like pizza. It's delicious and you can put different toppings on it. I usually eat it on weekends with my family. Direct band 6, not even 6.5. It's very easy to review something like this and give a 6 band. But you need to speak in a way that deserves band 9. My favorite food would be, would have to be pizza, particularly when it's made with a thin crust and topped with fresh ingredients like mozzarella, basil and tomatoes. So this has more details to it, means expansion of it. Well, you can divide this into two sentences as well. My favorite food would have to be pizza. I like it particularly when it's made with a thin crust and topped with fresh ingredients like mozzarella, basil and tomatoes. You can divide them into two sentences with a mixture of simple and compound sentence, or two simple sentences, it's up to you, or write something like a complex sentence by using the word when. I enjoy how versatile it is, allowing for endless combinations of flavors. It's become somewhat of a tradition in my family to include homemade pizza on weekends. I usually eat on weekends with my family. It's a kind of tradition now these days because we are having it on the weekends on a regular basis. Has more detailed conversation compared to I usually eat on weekends with my family. Hope you are getting it. So maybe you can take a screenshot of it and just observe first so that you would know how to speak that band 9 response. Otherwise you only end up speaking something of a band 6 answers. The difference is simple sentence structures, basic vocabulary and very minimalistic expression. Here you have detailed descriptions, advanced vocabulary and elaboration on personal experiences. I personally find it tastier when it is topped with basil, tomatoes, mozzarella. You're expanding, you're adding more detail with respect to your personal choice. So all this have weightage, man. This is coherence, cohesion. Correct? So it's not just about fluency. It's about coherence, cohesion, vocabulary, grammar. So you need to have a mixture of all these things. So basically, if you need a feedback, you can join our paid assistance. Every day you can send us the audios and we will review it and tell you what mistakes you're doing. And basically, we help you structure it correctly over a period of time and help you get that band 8 or 8.5 in your next exam. Quickly, we move on to the last question. Technology. How often do you use a computer? I use it every day because it's a part of my job. I'm very quick at typing, you know. I use the computer every day for my work. I write emails and sometimes watch videos. It's important because I can't do my job without it. There's a very lame way of doing it, very easy way. The same content which conveys the same meaning, I'm going to show you with a band 9 answer which more detail, more fine detail to it. I rely heavily on a computer on a daily basis, primarily for professional purposes such as sending emails, conducting research and preparing presentations. Whatever band 6 told in 3 sentences, in 1 sentence we finished and now we are opening it up. Beyond work, I also use it for personal tasks like managing my finances and watching documentaries. It's an indispensable tool both in my professional and personal life. So it's a little more, adding detail to it will actually transform your band 6 to a band 9. That's the reason I titled this video as Instantly. If you observe, the video has a title Instantly. Instantly you can transfer. 100% you can transform it. If you can speak a band 6 something like this, band 9 is just probably half a kilometer away from it. Correct? Work hard towards it. Reach that half a kilometer distance and get that band 9 response. The major difference between the two is, yes, in first one it's simple, repetitive. I use computer every day. I write emails. I do this. I can't do my job. It's all repetitive sentence structure and lack of detail here. Like varied vocabulary, if you say professional purposes, conducting researches, preparing presentations, watching documentaries, indispensable tool, professional and personal life. All these are the words that are apt for this situation that talks about computer. Detailed examples of both professional and personal use. In the beginning, I told about conducting research, preparing presentations, and then I talked about personal use like organizing my finances and watching documentaries. It has more detail to it. This is a perfect response that I've written as band 9. So work towards it. It need not be exactly like this. You can come up with your own way of giving that perfect band 9. Just that include more expression to it. Convey and don't speak. Speaking is very easy, but conveying, meaning you speak in a way others understand what you do and engage with you. That is what incites a good conversation, and that's what gives you a very good score. Hope you're getting it. I really hope I've made an informative video. If you think the video was informative and helpful, share it with your friends and leave your valuable comments in the comment section. Like, share and subscribe. With this, I'll park the video here. This is Nakul, Nakul, Nakul signing off from Skill Sites. Soon we'll be back. Till then, take care. Bye-bye. Thanks much.